That's the boss episode number
47, Doug. You got me, Doug, Birds behind the camera, again without a mic today because we have yet another special guest today.
Where's the cuck?
He's more special than he is our guest, and that is Carl the Cuck Frady. Welcome, Carl.
Hey, you guys!
It's like episode...
wait, Carl, don't you have to do this, though?
I can't get my ear. Hey, you guys!
Baby. All right. Very special guest and episode today. So, yeah, we started it off with these masks. So, I will say that all three of us, especially the one sitting to my right, is essentially anti-mask. But there are times when you need to wear a mask. Like if you're going to the doctors or...
Like I go to physical therapy and I have to wear one.
So we figured we might as well brand these suckers. And these are actually the best masks that I've had on my face.
They're like they could double as a jockstrap too. So
You put your little package
They
in
do
there.
have they do have something for the bulbs.
There's a nice little pocket in there.
Yeah.
You know what?
like the beat.
That would look good. Carl, you
We
should...
could totally rock this. Wait, come on. Should we get our screenshot early? Come on.
Bro, nobody's going to buy these masks.
Can I wear mine like this?
You get it?
Get that?
All right, we got our screenshot. That's good. Well, anyways, these are actually...
I can't wait to show my mom.
These are super nice masks, though. They actually have like a little panty liner in here. Look at this, John. It's like a real filter you can stuff in there just in case you have a little accident and you need to change your pad.
Bro, we should pause real quick for the sponsors because
This was the biggest waste of money that we've ever had for this. Anyways, but to be courteous to your fellow human being, wear your mask. Do your part. Crush it masks. I don't know what we're doing with these, how we're giving them away, or how we're selling them, what we're doing. Do you, Meet?
The Health Stack.
Oh, there we go.
Mask with Health Stack.
we need to get them out like now.
How about any purchase over $1.50? No, but seriously, they're actually really nice masks. These are probably $20 masks if you were to actually buy it, but we'll be giving them away with some type of deal in the coming weeks because, unfortunately, I think we're going to still have to wear a mask.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right, so let's pause for the sponsors. Carl, get in here. Bella Fuma, Joey Fiorini. You guys have any questions? Throw them in.
Doodum bump bump. Oh,
Bella, we just smoked a cigar. Sort of.
Doodum bump bump. Oh yeah.
Cornelius.
Doodum
Areola.
bump bump.
What is
What's Carl doing?
Guys,
What are we doing this episode? What is the point of this episode? Carl, we got to get your origin story.
Origin story.
Sounds dirty.
Because I'm the oldest on the team. This can go.
Wait,
really,
hold on.
really
Hold on.
long.
Let's back it up. Do we have anything for 47? Are we doing 47?
Man, dude, it's been a hell of a day.
Do we have a
not
retailer?
prepared.
Do we have anything to talk
Well,
about?
the retailers, I don't really have any more retailer shirts right now. And I think once we hit 50, I kind of want to transition into some different structures.
Back to the green screen?
Maybe not back to the green screen, but what is your idea of, I don't know. Like we got this show, it's Ask the Boss, but like it's the same every time. What if we switch?
Well, we are
like
so we are.
I need to call Kenton.
We should let the people know we are starting another podcast called Boss Status. That will be me, Kenton Engel, Meet, and that is going to talk about the health of business and the business of health. Very much not a random smorgasbord of like what's going on with the businesses this week and random digressions into politics and just answering random questions, but a more targeted, focused, like topical. Like this week, we're going to talk about either it could be like a product category or a specific ingredient or a specific side of the business, like influencer marketing or I wasn't gonna say that, but I didn't want to go there. Might have to beat that out, Bird. Or some topic in the industry. In the industry.
You make it so awkward.
I love it, especially if we're gonna get the Kentonian on here.
Yeah. So, and the idea is, Meat is going to provide like a lay perspective. And then Kenton, most people.
I want to push the button.
Here.
Oh, okay.
Kenton provides usually a very high level analytical perspective that most people can't understand. And my job will be to translate the two. So that's starting soon. So
That's a great.
So
for you.
What's that?
That's a great position for you.
Well, thanks.
I think through your recent years, you've kind of mastered that position,
In the middle?
being in the middle,
You like that?
having to control all sides.
What's that? So where are we, Meat? So we're going to change. So my point is, I don't want to change. We don't have to change that much.
All right, so we're still going to be random, ask the boss.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just got to come up with new like.
Yeah, you got to get some new shtick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that. I was thinking like episode 50 would be a good like transition for that.
Sure, let's do it.
There's no 47th president. I didn't do research on anything 47.
Can you predict who the 47th president is? Let's go there for a second. Let's go politics for a second. So I would have said The Rock could have been a candidate for the 47th president.
Okay. But there needs to be do you think
so?
46? Do you think who else is going to be?
Well, so there,
Because we're on the.
I don't know, but I'm just saying he could have been the 47th president until he went and royally screwed up.
I think he's getting blackmailed. But anyways,
Do you think he's getting blackmailed or he got paid?
both.
I'd love to see it as like a turnaround, where he brings out his wrestling persona with that and candy asses and
It's not going to happen.
he goes
Celebrities
back
in
on it.
politics just don't belong.
Somebody said
I guess Trump's
Dana
doing
White.
it, but Sam Strange said that.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple times. But anyways, so it was crazy when The Rock came out and supported Biden. I read through the comments. It was bad. Like, it was like people were going off. Like, you used to be my hero. Now I'm unfollowing. Like, just losing their stuff. And I didn't think it was we would see that.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. And not only that, but even like then when he made another post where it was just him looking jacked in the gym, they still were on that.
Yeah.
Like they were still on that. So these celebrities
It's been a great conversation.
Yeah, these celebrities need to stay out of politics.
Does anybody know who Mel Blanc is?
We probably need to stay out of politics because we're celebrities.
Mel Blanc?
You know what I mean?
Mel Blanc.
I'm
Jack
out
Morris.
I got
Jack
my
Morris.
Planet and stuff. So.
He wore number 47.
Mate, we're past that. We're on to politics.
trying to
Are you guys
check
excited for the debate? We're having a sleepover tonight. You want to come over?
yeah?
We're having a sleepover.
No, it's too late. I mean, I'm staying up, but like it's also 40 minutes to get to your house home.
No, but then
Come
we're.
over and watch the debates tonight.
I'm gonna watch
That's
the
what I'm
debate.
saying.
Well, we
but
can
then
FaceTime.
Let's FaceTime.
Okay.
We'll be in our
You got snacks ready? What do you got?
We'll be eating Mr. Douglas sludge and we'll be in our Mr. Douglas night clothes.
For those of you who don't know, Carl, well, I guess I have some hand-me-down 2XLs Doug shirts too, and we want to wear what Doug wears when we go to sleep.
So the funny thing is, last week I was actually down at Carl's new house and I totally forgot like clothes to sleep in. So I was like, Carl, give me some of my clothes back to wear. And it was perfect. It was literally like my old night clothes that I used to sleep in that I gave to Carl.
Yeah.
We are a weird bunch. I'll tell you that. All right. So debate tonight. That'll be interesting. Let's get on to some business meat. So we got a couple things. We're really ramping up our tchotchke selection for core because Black Friday, 12 days of Crushmas are coming up. These are badass. See this? This is a travel sludge bowl with a lid. So these are microwavable, right? I'm hoping. That was the whole point.
Rubber, so
Yeah. And so you can travel, you'd be like this, so you don't have to bring your big Tupperware. And then when you get on the plane or wherever.
I've been using it a couple times. It's great.
Is it nice? It's nice
I like
and
how
smooth?
deep it is.
Yeah. It's good. So we got these coming. We got sporks. Look at this.
So do you call that a spork?
It's a.
Because like sporks are like spoons and
I would.
forks on the same
I would say
end.
that this is like a multi-utensil.
It's a travel utensil.
Yeah. So it's got a little knifey knife there action and a little jolt. We got the masks. Should we show them the new fall hoodie? I think we should. Bird, do you want to throw us some of those new hoodies? So we're launching. People really loved the last set of hoodies we did, which was that was last fall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we're doing them in 3 new colors.
Shit, I was getting.
So we have a black, a blue, and a tan. So same really nice, like stretchy fitted. You always look jacked in these, which is the best part.
Doug looks jacked in these.
Super simple. So all they got is the little swirl
I love these.
on the breast. On the breast. Yeah.
I like the navy, dude.
Yeah.
That came
I
out
do
good.
like that. That looks really good.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So we got to get these on the site.
So we probably should do a shoot. We need to do a photo shoot. Maybe Three Stooges can get into this. We'll do this photo shoot. We got to shoot the hoodies that we're doing too. So, Meat, you want to also get those jaunts for next week's deal? So this week we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna put that there, Meat, so you can take it. So a lot of stuff going on. This was the week where we launched Z's. On the arms race side, we launched Venice Beach in both Replenish and Vigor. And then we launched this shirt. That's why I'm wearing it. I love this color, man. It's a great color. Makes you look tan when you're really not. We got a couple of these left still on the site. They're going fast. So if you want to get them, well, they might be out by the time this airs. But if not, you're lucky. Amy Frady says, make them for chicks. So they are unisex shirts, so you could wear them. You just got to wear small. All right, somebody's getting... did you guys make your sandwiches at Carl's house? We did, and they were delicious. Here we go. I don't even think The Rock would kiss Kamala. Not sure what that's about. All right. So next week is a big launch for us. So we got MRP pumpkin pie and MRP Twix.
Chocolate caramel candy bar.
Something like that. Yeah. But
Carl,
it's a Twix. It's amazing.
Carl, let me see the label again.
Yeah. It's chocolate caramel.
Yeah.
Candy
Chocolate
bar.
caramel candy bar. Got
And
it.
then the pumpkin pie. These, if you guys have never tried MRP is so good just because like the oat flour in there just makes it such a great consistency. But these taste amazing. The pumpkin pie literally tastes like pumpkin pie, crust and all. And then you got the Twix over there. So amazing flavors. Dropping next Monday. Meat, do we have a deal?
I don't think we do.
We do have a deal.
We do?
I think so.
I missed that part of the meeting.
I think we're doing the hoodies next week too. Did we show them the hoodie?
Jeez, that's just not prepared.
Meat?
This has been a rough day. I haven't done anything like sales-wise today.
Yeah, I heard you on the phone.
Oh, yeah, well.
Anyways, we'll have a deal.
We do have
for
a deal.
these.
Let me dig for it.
Carl, should we come up with a deal right now?
Yeah. I'm just over here envisioning that hamster and meat.
You know what?
Head.
He's smoking. The thumper is just smoking.
Yeah, Meat's got this hamster that lives in his head. Doug's got an alien bicep, but, you know.
I just called my lifeline. 1 second, everybody.
Sam, you're live on Ask the Boss.
Hello?
Hello, Samantha.
Hello.
You are live on Ask the Boss, episode 47.
I am honored.
So Thumper in my brain is spinning wheels and there's smoke coming out of my ears. So I need a little help with the MRP deal next Monday.
Okay. Stand by.
You're going to say it loudly so that everybody can hear you. I got you next
I
to the
think
mic.
we're doing the hoodies next week too.
We are. So, we have MRP caramel candy bar, chocolate caramel candy bar, and pumpkin pie.
Yep.
It's 10% off all MRP, every flavor.
Okay.
But then the first 100 people to spend $200 get a free limited edition carbon fiber hoodie.
The hoodies are great.
It's,
And it's the
it's
fit.
also on sale for $44.99 if you don't want to spend $200, but why wouldn't you do that?
Or
Okay,
do
so
you want to grab one of those black hoodies out there?
spend $200, get the free hoodie, the first 100 people, 10% off all MRP.
Yep.
Correct.
And coupon codes apply.
Correct.
Yep.
Yep.
Juice.
Juicy. All right.
That's all we got.
That's all we need. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome.
All right. See you later, dude.
Is that how you talk to your wife?
Yeah.
I need a hoodie. He needs some MRP, Joe. You were looking a little flat this morning.
Dude, all he did this
didn't
morning
eat
was
anything.
complain about, I don't eat enough. Doug, I don't eat enough. Pat, I don't eat enough. I'm like, slam some shakes, bro. Like,
Yeah.
stop. Come on,
All right,
Joe.
Bird's coming in here with the hoodie.
He was like, I feel good today. I feel strong. I was like, I feel weak. And then I
switched.
I shit it all over him.
Bird,
Right,
you
Joe?
see him? Bird? Chirp. I think they're down on the end.
No,
right
dude,
there.
they're in the warehouse.
Oh. Carl.
Word.
Let's see. Carl.
They're in the warehouse.
Oh, there. Oh, all right. We're going. He said he went to Chipotle afterwards.
Nice.
All right. So let's get this up here.
No gains.
Put our mask on top. Our little jock strap.
Joe should eat some of that meaty hunt
Is that's Carl? This is my jock strap.
Hunting season starts on
Got
Friday.
this. There.
I asked him, I was
Getting
like,
organized.
I want to go. I was like, I want to go with you. He's like, I could probably set up a blind on the ground. Usually he's in a tree.
Why? Because he figures you can't climb a tree. That's
No, because
that's
the
racist.
tree stand's usually only one dude.
Well, you could have a
Well, I mean, if you
deuce.
maybe got a
All right.
really nice tree stand.
All right. So this is the hoodie. If you spend $200, hoodie,
Wish I had a hoodie.
carbon fiber on the back. These are sweet, super nice. Yeah. Thanks, Bert. There's your hoodie. All right. Should we get into some questions or what else? Are we going to give him a little hint of what's coming after that? The week of the 12th. If you
Which
remember.
would be the 9th.
Do we need to call Sam again? Because we have something else looking on the 12th. I know what 12th. I know what it is.
It's not the. Are we redoing our commodities?
Commodities. Good job, me. The commodities are launching next on October 12th. And then the following, the 19th, is when we launch the new site, where you want to be one of the first 100 people to buy on the new site. And
Don't look at me.
what else
bro.
are we launching that weekend?
On the 19th? I don't know. I'm really out of it. I don't know.
All right,
I'm
so
not prepared.
we'll just go to the commodities on the 12th. So the new commodities, like we've said before, are the collagen, the pregnenolone, the vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc.
I'm excited for those.
Like that?
Definitely excited.
Carl, I have a question
Especially
for you.
from the store side of things. Yes.
Is it collagen or collagen?
collagen?
Are you sure?
I mean, I could make up a name for it. I mean, I've got
Is
a
it
good one.
choline or choline?
It is choline.
Choline by Tartrate.
yeah. You guys got that choline? I'm sorry. What was that?
Is that a real? That's
That
a
was
true story.
another good one. Was you got that Buron? And then we were like, what are you talking about? He goes, the Buron. It's a test booster. I'm like, you talking about boron? No, he said Buron.
Boorah.
We get some special ones.
Carl, it's okay. Don't cry.
It's okay. Don't cry.
Don't cry.
We got Ashka,
Asquadanda?
Wakanda Forever. Ashka, Wakanda Forever. That's my new one. And was it Generalius areola?
Areola is the best.
The areola.
What is that? What product is that?
I don't know. What product is that?
That's like
Arachidonic acid?
Areogerensis. Areogerensis is areola.
Areola.
Areola-gerensis.
Is that how you sell it? It's got that good shit, that areola.
It's got that areola in there. You know, A-Bomb's got some areola in there.
All right. Does everybody know who Carl is? We
Should we get
about him
into
a lot.
there?
He's got his own face.
Should we give him a little bit of origin story? Should we put in the picture that you just posted today?
Yeah.
That's the
I
origin
was trying
story.
to find it. You know, I was on a mission to find it.
So let's do a little bit
That's where
of
it all started.
Let's do a little do about Cut, and then we'll get into some questions for Cut
Cool.
and us.
All right, so Carl, take it away.
Word. Where do I start? I mean,
So where did our paths cross? And
So tell the story.
were your
the
pants on or off when we first met? Should we start?
that
there?
is the question. Was I wearing?
So can
any
we put up
pants?
the? Should we put up the? Should we put up the picture? All right, put up the picture. So you're gonna have to text Bird the picture after this. Here's the picture. This is the day.
This is the
where
moment.
where the worlds collided. Cheers
Yes.
to that.
Rob Zombie, When Worlds Collide. Play that song in the background. Just let the mic drop. Right?
2008.
2008 OCB Presidential Cup. I was looking on point for my show.
Dude, you were a solid 6 to 8 weeks out. It was good. You were.
I was meaty though. I mean, in that picture you can tell I was on point. You know.
All right. Before that, so you were in the gym business.
So, yes. I mean, I guess it's, how far back do you want to go? It's if I was going to share my passion for why I do what I do, it could be a longer story. But bottom line,
he talks about Body for Life and Bill Phillips.
Yeah, I mean,
and Jay Cutler.
And Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler.
Carl
loves you.
That was great. That was great.
All right. So let's go back. Body for Life. Let's go. How'd you get into fitness?
So I was 134 pounds going into my sophomore year, 5'4". My mom is 5'6". And my mom is 5'4". My dad is 5'6". By the end of my sophomore year, I was 5'10". Hit the growth spurt. Everybody developed before I did. I remember getting stuffed literally in lockers.
Late bloomer.
Late bloomer. I don't feel like I didn't even really come on my own until I was like 30 years old.
Like last year, Carl had a great year last year. He really blossomed. He grew that beard and grew that hair.
That's right, baby. But my starting point for health and fitness was because of my grandparents.
Amy Frady, hold on. I'm going to stop right now.
Yep.
That was not nice.
What? What'd she say? Oh, Lord.
Well,
Why is she trolling
I'm going to have to block you. You're trolling. That's Carl's wife on here trolling.
She says no one cares.
She says no one cares, Carl. We care, Carl. Carl, just so everyone knows, Carl is the general manager of our retail stores. So we don't talk a ton about our nutrition corners here that we do, but the retail side is a huge part of what we do. And the retail game is really important to us. So anyways, without Mr. Cuck, the nutrition corners would not exist. So everyone cares, Amy, okay? All right. She said no one cares about your parents' height. Is what she was getting at.
Okay, well, it's part of the story, but it's like if I'm going to talk about where our paths collide, I started off at Gold's Gym in summer of '99, and I fell in love with the idea that I could have a life supporting a family and do it in fitness. At that point, it's like, oh, you work at a gym, that's cool. It's not a real job. And definitely, if you were a bodybuilder, you were a dumb meathead. You pick things up, you put things down. And so fast forward a few years, I start working for what is now One Life Fitness. I was there for the birth of that company. It was really honored to be a part of that and be a part of something that was bigger than the culmination of the people in that room. And now to actually see 7 years later where that company is at, and to really understand and relate to the hard work that was put in to create that, and then still be really close with some of those individuals and to hear the additional hard work that it's taken for them to spread outside of Virginia because, now they're in multiple states. So taking, 12 years of experience on management side, not just sales side, not just personal training, really helped with growing the nutrition corners because running a business is more than just in fitness. It's more than just loving a supplement or, having muscles or whatever. You have to understand business. And
so you were working for the nutrition corner, you were working for One Life Fitness when the infamous day in 2008 came around. Yes. When we first met. So Carl rolled up on me, kind of giddy like a schoolboy, literally with no pants on.
Did you see his post?
Yeah, well, I didn't read it.
I want to read it.
Yeah, do you want to read it?
Yeah, you want.
So, anyways, let me preface it. Yeah, so he rolls up on me like super fucking creepy. It was the best. Like I'm a big fan, that, and I was like, this was still weird, like having a fan, right? Like,
it totally was, and I can remember how Steph responded and reacted to all of it. Like when I said, "Hey, can I get a picture?" and Steph's reaction, like, "This is really happening." Like people are asking to take a picture with Doug,
Yeah.
And at this point, Core is like 3 years old.
Yeah, ish. I mean, our demo table was like tiny. We had like
you didn't have a tablecloth on this thing, bro.
No, it was like little sample baggies. Like we all start somewhere.
I know it's great. That was the release of Core Zap because I remember taking those yellow pills home, and I remember being in the gym the next day and be like, "Oh wow, this stuff's amazing."
Yeah. So, anyways, we took a couple pictures. All right, read his post.
All right, Carl posted Carl_Frady_3rd. The year is 2008. It's the OCB Presidential Cup. I'm in a hallway doing bodybuilder things, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this sexy beast of a man that slightly resembles someone I saw in a magazine that the OCB put out. I walked out to him in his stunning demo table and asked with a Viking grunt, "Are you Doug Miller?"
The Viking grunt.
With a confirmative grunt and a front double bicep pose, Doug Miller he is. The epic bromance instantly began, and life certainly has never been the same. I always talk about first impressions to my team, to my sons, and here in these pics you can see I certainly made an unforgettable impression. He trusts me so much that he even lets me play with his toes. No lie. If that isn't a bromance, I don't know what is. 12 years. Wow. You never know who you will meet and where you will meet them and what adventures will be had. We are just getting started. I love you, Doug Miller Pro. And as you can see, I am clearly the bigger of the two. No out angling going on here, as that was not invented yet. That was the best pose you've ever had, Carl.
That really is. There was some thought into that.
I think it's your first post. Oh no, you've been posting a little bit.
I'm trying to post like things about the moments in the history of our team.
All right, so you
good.
basically right after that,
beautiful.
you started working with me as a client.
No,
Shortly thereafter.
Shortly thereafter, we didn't start working together until 2010.
And that's when you started selling core out of the trunk of your car.
Heck yeah, and my laundry room.
Literally, how much were you selling a year? Like you sold like 50 grand or something, right? Like
I think at the height, yeah, I was. It started off. It was great. I started off doing some demos inside of your Arlington store with brands that I wasn't even associated with, just because I love those brands.
Yeah.
And I would drive. I lived 2.5 hours away. I would drive every other weekend that I didn't have Carl, my son. I would bring an entourage with me.
Who works for us now.
Yeah, Carl the Fourth.
He's our hub driver.
And but yeah, I would drive every other weekend, and I just showed face. I wanted to be there. I wanted to be a part of what was going on. I loved it. I loved the energy. And
Carl always wanted to be paid to be a bodybuilder. He still says it to this day.
Yeah, it's you never.
Which is not really why he's paid, but it's close.
Yeah, I mean,
it's close enough.
Hey, I am a bodybuilder. It's I don't compete at this very moment, but that is the lifestyle that I live,
So you sold core out of your car for a couple years. We had one store, Arlington Nutrition Corner. I was still working my day job at Bates White, doing consulting in DC. And then as soon as I left my day job in the summer of 2013, we opened Newport News Nutrition Corner, the second store, which is our main hub and probably our best store right now. We opened that store in the fall of 2013. So 7 years ago.
Yeah, and I'll go back because I really try and work with the management team, and even my sons. You have to pay your dues. You have to grind. You have to believe in what you're doing, and it's not going to happen overnight. That was 3 years of me doing those things because I purely love to do it, and I believed in the vision that was being created, and I believe more importantly in you. So I'd been around. I was very fortunate to work.
Would it be awkward if we hugged now on
with
camera?
The guys that
he's a hugger.
With the guys at One Life and Kurt Galliani, Kirk Trader, Ken Sherman, Jerry Donnelly, all those guys, and I got to see how they interacted, how they supported each other. When things happened in 2008, they didn't quit; they thrived, and I could see those things blossoming between us, and it made it. It was a no-brainer. This is what I was going to do. So,
all right, we got to take a quick break. All right, and we're back. All right, so.
But yeah, so now 2013 rolls around.
You open the store, and then what happens?
Then we decide that the third party that was running core shipping needed to go, and
right. So at this point in time, core started out in the basement of James Caron's Nutrition Corner up in Cape Cod, shipping like wholesale orders to like DPS and bodybuilding.com. Then we moved it to Atlanta in a third-party fulfillment, and that was just a total S show. So then we decided to bring a warehouse to Newport News. This was like it was like an office space that we converted to a warehouse. It was like maybe under 2,000 square feet, and like there was no height. You just had to like do like Tetris with the pallets. And so Carl would do the wholesale orders before work. He was the warehouse manager at the time, shipping core in the morning, dropping off the packages, and then going open Newport News, right?
That was a lot of fun.
So you opened that office or warehouse in 2014?
Yep.
2014. And then we did end up hiring Jeremy,
Yep.
who took over as the warehouse manager for about 4 years.
He was hired at the same time I was.
Yeah, and he was then involved in transitioning to the bigger warehouse in Newport News, to then the bigger warehouse in Newport News, and then to eventually up here in Ashburn, which was the spot before this place.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's been quite a ride. And then we started opening up other stores. So then we opened up Virginia Beach Nutrition Corner in 15, right?
Yes.
Right?
We had RC.
That was my first gig.
That was your first. That was basically when you first came on board. You were there for the opening of that one.
Right. I trained with Carl for a week, and I got to witness we got to go to the warehouse in the morning. So I'd ride with Carl in the rate van over to the warehouse, fulfill some orders, and then go to Newport News. And
then 16 became crazy. That's when we opened up 4 stores, right?
Yes.
And then since then, we opened up, 5 more, and then we closed 2, and now we're opening up another one. So we have 9 stores now, which we run. With the 10th one, we're not even really allowed to talk about the 10th one, right? No. We might have.
I don't think we've ever really dove in.
Yeah, so there's a 10th one that's literally right around the corner, but it's a unique opportunity. It's a great opportunity. We just have to finalize the deal, basically. Yeah. But we're pretty far along, right?
Yes, I'm hoping. I'm really crossing the fingers that it's done this Friday.
All right. So, what is your vision for the nutrition corners in the next 5 years?
We've talked about that, and what's great is that there's open dialogue with the management as well. And for me personally, I can't continue driving all over Virginia, let alone North Carolina. That's happening next year. So we've talked about the idea of ownership within the team and also franchising, but making sure that it's clear that we want to grow. Yeah. You know, I wholeheartedly believe that what we are doing is extremely difficult, and there are individuals out there that love the idea, but are not willing to sacrifice.
Put in the work.
They're not willing to do it, and it's all about the service side of the industry. So
there's also, we've talked a number of times of doing a bigger concept. So right now, the gym industry is just taking
that's another one.
Taking a total turn, right? For the worse. So I think the big gyms, unfortunately, like the Gold's gyms, the 24 hours, I mean, they did file for bankruptcy. The One Life Fitnesses, unfortunately, I mean, they're in probably a better spot, but all those gyms, it's been extremely difficult. I think a lot of people are not re-upping on those memberships. They're working out at home or whatever. But what we have seen is that the niche gyms, like the Shop, the DMV Irons, places like that, have been very successful. So one of the concepts is to do the training corner or Crush It Coliseum as more of a wider spread brand of gyms in conjunction with a store. Yep. So finding locations that are 5,000 to 10,000 square feet, building out something like this, hand-picked equipment, just the best stuff, awesome environments, custom gyms, right, in our communities in association with a store. Yeah. As a wider spread thing. And the first one of those would be in Carl's neighborhood-ish area, right? So the Hampton Roads area.
Yeah, already looking.
So, yeah, we got to follow up on that building today.
Yes.
So, anyways, that's kind of in a nutshell the story. Can we share one of Carl's stories? Does Carl want to make that a public story?
What are you talking about?
You know the story.
I don't know.
You're talking about swim trunks?
The life lesson story. Should we?
I don't know if I want to do the life lessons for everybody. It's kind of special to, if
it is, but it's so good. It's such an important story that we share. It's up to you. It's up to you. If you're not comfortable,
No, I'm completely comfortable. I'm a cuck. All right.
Bird, have you heard the story?
Carl's also our wild actor a lot of times. You can find him on America Labs page.
You guys just did a photo shoot, didn't you?
Yeah. He's got his Dirty Magazine.
He likes goats.
Pill popping, bomb dropping.
Guns and goats.
Love goats.
That would be a great shirt. Goats and guns.
Goats and guns. Fuck yeah. I mean, heck yeah.
Just let him go.
Just let him go. All right. So Carl, we do a lot of leadership type stuff with our guys, and I can't believe the first time I heard this story, I really didn't even know where it was going, but I just lost my stuff. This is one of the most ridiculous stories that I've ever heard. And what is the moral of the story? Let's start there. The moral of the story is make good decisions, right?
So, growing up, my father, every single solitary day, would make sure that he said, make sure you learn something.
Shit the bed.
He barely made it out of college, barely made it out of high school.
FaceTime.
And
there we go. Oh, yeah.
But my dad is like the smartest man. If you had to be abandoned on an island, you'd want my dad there.
He's like MacGyver.
He's MacGyver. And so, I mean, his thing was to make sure you learn something. Life is difficult, you know, and the more you know, the easier life can be. And he pressed on, and, you know, he's so intelligent. And so with my son, I would tell him to make good decisions. I made a lot of dumb decisions with money. I made dumb decisions in my first marriage. And so basically it's like, all right, I want to be able to teach the management team some things that I've learned. It's what good is having all this experience if I can't share that and help somebody? So my thing about making good decisions came down to the story about swim trunks. I was in the summer of '99. I had got done with 4-year in college at a 2-year university. That's a great story. Or I'm sorry, 2-year community college. And the lesson there is don't be self-advising. But basically, I get done and I'm out of it. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to get a bachelor's. I'm done. I go to North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm living on the floor of an apartment, air mattress. I'm working at Gold's Gym, and I'm barely making any money. My dad says, hey, it's not that expensive to help you right now. Stay down there, see what happens. And it was the greatest gift my dad ever gave me. So hurting for money, you're young. What is this? I'm 20 years old.
23. You're 19?
You
were born in 76, right? 23.
So I'm young and I need money. So someone offers me if you want to get some pictures taken of you, you can make some money. And I'm like, how much? They said $50. And you know, when you're
$50 is $50. You know what I'm saying?
I'm eating tuna fish sandwiches every night and some ramen noodles and living on the floor of an apartment. $50 is a lot of money. So I said, great. So I want to say it's Gastonia, North Carolina, or Gaston, North Carolina. Anybody who knows that area knows that it's not
Gastonia, I think.
Really an up and coming area. And I didn't know that. That'd have been some good advice to hear. But so I have a friend drive me, and we pull up to this bowling alley. I walk inside, I have my friend wait outside, and I walk in, and I won't say the guy looks like Steve Urkel, but Steve Urkel is a good way to describe this guy. He does not look like he's a photographer.
Doesn't look like Bird.
He doesn't look like Bird.
Suspenders on?
You know, so didn't have the suspenders. He had the goggles, had the glasses on and whatnot. He's scrawny. And he was just looking all around, you know, he's like paranoid, like, you know, people know my business and stuff. And he goes, can we get out of here? And I live right behind here. And I'm like, sure, you know, never met you before. You're paranoid. You know, we're sitting in a bowling alley.
And there's no like red flag is raising yet.
No red flag whatsoever, you know? So I go out to the car. I was like, hey, dude, I'm going to, you know, told my friend, it's like, I'm going to go with this guy. We're going to go to his place. I'll be right back. So we start walking behind the bowling alley into
the best part.
This neighborhood that is not an up and coming neighborhood. And we are walking down the street. And it starts to get a little weird because he's about 10 paces in front of me. We're not talking. I'm just walking behind this guy in a place I've never been before. All of a sudden, he starts to take off running. No red flags yet. All right, cool, we're running. So I start running with them, right? So we finally get to his house, and we go inside. From what I can see, nobody is there. It's just me and him. And at this point, he said, well, you remember I told you to bring some swim trunks, right? And I said, yeah. He said, well, why don't you do some posing for me? And no red flags. So I take off my shirt. I take off the shorts that are over top of my swim trunks, and I do some quarter turns. And he's like, oh, yeah, that looks good. And so at this point,
Carl's like, thank you.
At this point, it really hits in heavy that this is weird. This is awkward.
Is he taking pictures at this
No,
point?
he's got like he's not salivating, but I mean he's looking
just
at you like I'm
like
he's enjoying this.
He's
right?
he's like,
yeah, and so it's like the red flags are starting to go off, right? But I do my thing, right? And there was no gay for pay. It was just hurry up, put my clothes back on.
wait, so what do what do you mean you do your thing? What does that mean?
I do my quarter turns. He wants to see all this.
Wait, so you do your full quarter turns?
I do,
And he's like
bodybuilding quarter turns. This is like
just he's like, oh, I like it. You look good.
Okay, turn. And so yeah, he's saying stupid shit like that, right? And I'm like, so this is when the red
Talking to
flags
his
going
teeth.
off, and it's like, is someone gonna pop out of the closet? Is this being recorded? I'm really starting to feel awkward, and so like we're done. I'm holding my clothes, and he's like, yeah, I think we can work with you, and so on and so forth. I don't really remember how everything ended. I just know that there was an end point, and I took off running out.
Did you get your money?
No, I never got paid because I never
He
took
didn't
any
finish.
pictures, right? And so I'm running down the street. I get back to the car. I get in the car.
What are you running in?
Everyone's like, cuck.
I'm running.
Cuck.
I'm running in swim trunks.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't put my clothes back on. I'm getting out of the house. And it's the story.
Wait, so you left the apartment in your swim trunks?
Are these
left
swim
the
trunks
house.
posing chunks? Or
No, these are swim trunks.
Like
Again,
Speedos?
I'm not bodybuilding it whatsoever, right? So there's normal board shorts, right?
okay.
So I'm.
Did you have earrings in?
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Yes, because I had double piercings.
Vin
at the
Diesel
point.
look. All right, so the
Yeah.
Vin Diesel look was going
Vin
on.
Diesel looks going. So I got a classic pic of the double
I
hoop
like
earrings.
it.
And so I run back to the car. I get in the car. I look at him. I said, go. I said, don't ask me any questions. I said, just go.
So Carl tells this story in our managers meeting, and everyone is completely silent and like dumbfounded. Like, and then what? And then you're like, here's the moral of the story.
Moral of the story is make smart decisions. That could have ended like really,
Bro,
really,
you
really bad.
could not be living right
And
now.
so it's make sure you learn something every day, and make sure
You make good decisions.
make good decisions. I've got other stories I share with the team about making good decisions.
Especially in 2020, right? Like in 2020, the shit
That was
we
20
know
years
now-
ago.
I know.
So 21. So
That is such a good story. I hope
but,
you guys all enjoyed that.
Swim trunks.
Make
Swim
good
trunks. Every time you put your swim trunks on, guys, remember the story. Make good decisions. So.
All right, let's
Good.
get.
Bobby's definitely been in the nude
Bart,
photographies.
Oh, but Bird's been there. $50 is $50. You know.
I do it for free.
You want to see my little piece?
Cheap
Here you
for
go.
free. Just trying to make it, Yeah, trying to get my face out
Fitness
there.
model. I got somebody just as like early as last week like hitting me up. Yo, you want to be an underwear model? And like I'm nice enough to respond like a long message like, dude, you can make like $160,000 a month.
Is this in your you
And-
have to accept the message things like on the far right?
Possibly. Yeah, I
And you
forget.
accepted it?
If
No.
somebody were to mail you here to the warehouse posing trunks, would you put them on, pose, and then send them back if they also enclosed a check? Like if they did all the hard work of getting you what you need.
No, I would just go like this. Yeah, I just like put it down in the front, get him a little sweat, and just give it back to him. You know what I'm saying? What? I'm an honest human being. If I'm gonna cash a check, they gotta get something out of it.
There's some good segue. This is a good segue. into some
Send some
questions.
leopard prints, everybody.
What were we just talking about? I told.
Make good decisions.
I mean, we're talking
Where
about-
am I?
Bro, you're gonna.
Where am I? Make good decisions.
Good decisions.
All right, we're gonna segue into some questions because we gotta get some questions. in.
All right, yeah.
All right, so this is a good segue. All
right.
Carl, you can lead. But have any of y'all ever been arrested?
Here goes the story. Make good decisions.
I've never been arrested.
I've never been arrested either.
I've got to do.
Oh no, I lie.
Handcuffed?
Freshman year, I made the front page newspaper
Yes.
of the Daily Collegian
That
at
was
Penn
shared.
State, and I was 17 years old. I still have it saved on my computer because I looked it up in the archive.
Oh,
17-year-old found urinating in the
handcuffed you for
booth.
that.
And I didn't even get to piss. Here's the part I'm pissed about. I just had my pants down, ready to go. I had probably about 6 beers. I was like 130 pounds soaking wet, so I was pretty trashed. And I think I blew like a 0.8. It was or 0.08. It wasn't bad, but I was still,
You were 17.
yeah, I was 17.
Didn't
And
matter.
so they handcuffed me. They brought me down to the station. I had to write like a statement. Yeah, it was bullshit. It was horse. It was horseshit. So I think we paid for an attorney and probably $500 for an attorney, and they like dropped the charges, and it was just a waste. It just sucked. But you know, honestly, it was good that I was 17 because they didn't publish my name in the Daily Collegian because they couldn't. I was a minor. Yeah, there you go. Great. There's my story.
Yeah, I unfortunately and fortunately I learned from it.
Make good decisions, Cut.
DUI. So when I was younger, I remember sitting in jail, and they said, "Do you got anybody?"
DUI?
Yeah, I got anybody we can call, and I was petrified of my dad. And I said, "Nope, ain't calling my dad." And they said, "Well, you don't have because my
How
mom."
old are you?
Probably 19.
Make good decisions.
Make good decisions. Yeah, I spent the night in jail. I had all kinds of craziness go on that night. So no, they strapped me to a chair.
Did you make $50? I mean, you could have put that body to use. You know what I'm saying?
No,
$50.
no, I got strapped to a chair. They put the chair upright so that my feet, because
They thought you were gonna run.
I had some destructive behavior inside the jail cell, and
What? Wait, what happened?
I was trashed. But yeah,
Apparently.
I was like headbutting the bars and stuff like that, and so I literally got strapped to a chair, and they turned the chair so I'm looking up my feet, and I stayed that way all night. And, like fucking other inmates are yelling obscenities and like, "Hey, we're gonna do this and that," and I'm like, "Bring it on, fuckers!" And
were you caught like swerving or what?
no, what's great about that story is
This is awesome. Cuck is a legend.
I was beating the shit out of a car in a parking lot.
Like punching it.
Yeah, I was beating the shit out
So
of
you
it.
weren't actually driving.
Oh, no, because then I got into my car because the cop came up on the scene. And this is funny enough, this is that where I graduated high school at.
You would have been perfect. If you would have just got caught, you would have been like public drunkenness, except
and
you got
vandalizing a car.
Yeah, and then instead you got in your car and you fled.
Oh, yeah. Because that was a great decision at the time, right?
Yeah.
You know? So, again, I make light of the story. I'm here and I learned, but it was obviously completely stupid to do what I did. But yeah, I spent the night in jail. I got to wear the orange jumpsuit, handcuffed ankles, all that stuff, appeared in front of a judge. And I called my best friend's dad to come and get me out of jail because I couldn't face my dad. And
I'm assuming your dad knew.
Oh, yeah, because it's a great I got a scar in my hand for when I fell backwards into glass, and I had this chunk of glass from the window embedded in my hand. And at this point,
When you were beating the car up.
yes. And
Why were you beating the car up?
He was hammered.
I was
Mad.
angry at a lot of things when I was 19 years old.
Apparently.
I was very angry, and I didn't know how to deal with it, and turned to alcohol, and that was not a good thing. So,
Jeez.
so I get home, and at this point, it's like I need to go to the hospital to get this chunk of glass removed from my hand. And so I had to call my dad. He comes home from work, and he's like, "Why didn't you come home last night?" It's like, I was in jail. So we had to go to the hospital. I get numbed up, and they remove this chunk. I get, it's obviously not an awesome scar to show, but I can't remember when he gave it to me, but my dad kept this chunk of glass, and he gave it to me sometime after. It has a message on there. Is a really cool moment. But yeah,
Make good decisions.
something along that lines, and I have it at home in my.
How did I never hear that story?
Well, it's not a proud story to tell, but hey, there's another story of make good decisions. So yeah.
Why isn't Carl on a bottle of a product?
He is.
He actually is. If you don't know, who was that who said that? Did you win the fight against the car? Why isn't he on a bottle of product? He is on a bottle. So Fuzzy, if you guys look at Fuzzy Uncle Carl, this head, this is the cuck head. This is the pre-hair, pre-beard cuck head. Fuzzy Uncle Carl, his head's on it. You got that there, Bird? You got it? Got the Fuzzy Uncle Cuck over there? It's a great flavor. It's Carl's favorite fruity drink. It's a peach mojito.
That's a great story too.
Peach mojitos?
I had no hair.
I had some good.
Does anybody remember Onyx from the 90s?
Oh, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Let the boys be boys. I know.
So ever since then, shaved head. I think when Eminem came out, I grew it out a little bit, did the whole dip your head in.
Oh, you did the blonde tips? You got tips?
Eminem, bro. Everybody was wanting to be Eminem.
But for the most part, always had no hair. And
You got cross-colored jeans?
cross-color, Carlton eyes. I had cross.
Z Cavarici?
Janko?
That didn't have that, but
Z Cavarici, yeah.
I was thuggish, ruggish bone back in high school. Man. Pants didn't fit.
Let's bring it back for Halloween. Like sagging, like crack showing. Oh.
I just read some of these questions.
Yeah.
Best all-time cuck story that you can share. Well, I think
we just nailed that. Yep.
That's probably.
What's Carl's weirdest habit?
Amy, what's Carl's weirdest habit?
She's still in there?
I think she's in here. What's astounding is Doug is just now learning of Carl's rap sheet.
I'm a real leader.
All right. We went over how did Carl meet Doug. What is your favorite memory with the cuck, both Meaty and Doug?
Ooh.
Favorite memory.
There's so many.
I know. It's really hard.
We do have some great memories. I enjoyed the trip up to Cape Cod when we all got in the bed at the same time.
Yeah, that was good. That was like one of my first.
We got a picture to prove that happened.
Threesome experiences.
Your first and last threesome experience?
Well, in a sense of the three of us, it was definitely like.
Doug had this king-size bed to himself.
Carl was sleeping.
I slept on a freaking cot in a hallway.
And Carl had a couch.
We had one room.
No, Pat had a couch. I had a cot.
Yeah,
and
in
Doug
the doorway.
in
jammed in the doorway.
And Doug has this king-size bed.
And that, Carl, is because you give the shirt off of your back for people, really. Because, like, I could have taken that cot, but, like, you're the one that won. It was like, I'll call down and I'll get the cot.
Did you have a bad back at that time, too?
I think that's why.
I think you were going through something.
It was 2016.
No?
I might have gone through something, but it didn't go through the thing yet.
The thing?
Yeah, the thing.
That was a good one. Man, there's so many.
The one that I think about immediately is, well, during that trip, me and
Some
Carl
of
did
the Arnold
the Titanic thing.
Yeah, that was.
You remember where you?
Do we have
grabbed
that
my chest
picture?
And I was like this. And
Oh, yes, that was great. Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock.
We were
yes.
in public, and me and Pat did the Titanic scene in public, overlooking the water.
And then another great one is we went to First Form's headquarters, and we did the IPE Worlds. We went down there for the IPE Worlds, got a meeting with First Form and S2, there for 6 hours, and did the show the next day. But we had such a good meeting, and we came out with so many new ideas. Doug, during the show, goes, guys, we have to get back to work. Monday, we need to be in the office, and we got to be implementing a game plan. Meanwhile, we're
on the west side.
St. Louis,
And
Missouri.
I'm like, all right, guys, I'll see you later. My flight leaves in an hour.
Doug leaves, me and Carl in the rape van, which is a Ford E150. Like,
No reclining seats.
no cruise. Did it have cruise control?
No
cruise
control.
So it was a 16, 17 hour from Kansas City.
Straight through. How many deer did you count?
Yeah, I forget the cost. We were so bored that we started counting deer carcass. Every time we fly by one, we go ding, ding. I must have had like 5 energy drinks.
Yeah. At that time, we were drinking Monsters.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Energy.
syrup.
So somebody says in here, a lot of focus on Core America, working on any secret projects for arms race. Actually, we are. We have a lot of projects.
Secrets.
I wouldn't say secrets, but we have a new thermogenic that we're working on, which I'm not going to get into the details of that. We also have some,
What are you trying to
functional
say?
food space stuff. Yeah, I mean, we got some more general health related products for arms race. So we have a lot in the works for arms race. Anyways, back to your questions.
Is WAP the same as FMJ?
No, guys, WAP was a complete joke. So
Parody.
we posted a picture of WAP, which was a wicked anabolic product for MERICA Labs, and everyone lost their shit thinking that, oh my gosh, you're bringing out a WAP. They were just a lot. I would say half the people thought we were serious. No, we were not serious at all.
Great.
I would say majority of people thought we were serious, and I would say a very small minority probably will never buy the brand again.
No.
There was a couple people that were like, how dare you, blah, blah, blah.
Bro, you think they were buying MERICA Labs in the first place? They are...
Just making a statement.
No, they were. There's no way they ever bought a MERICA Labs product in their life.
Candy ass.
Anybody who has purchased a MERICA Labs product would not have been offended by that.
Yeah.
So,
Is there any new Red, White, and Blue America Energy in the works? If so, what's the flavors?
yeah.
Okay.
Don't want to get it. So, yeah. So, new cans, new look. Do we want to give them more than that? You want to give them what our direction was? Because
we've kind of talked
we've
about
been on the fence.
We're working on a new direction.
Yeah, let's get into the MERICA Energy for a second. So, energy drinks, I don't even know where to start this. So, we were deciding on which route to go. Do we want to go, let's go crazy over the top and just make it a ridiculous, super high-end, nootropic, loaded up with active ingredients, energy drink / pre-work, almost like pre-workout or a really intense focus type product? Or do we want to stick where we've been successful before? A great formula, really good feeling from it, but focused more on the branding and the flavor. The experience, the two most important things with an energy drink. And we actually went down the route of changing the formula. We have a formula that we mocked up, and in the sampling process, the samples of it are very supplement-y tasting. And we're working with some great flavor houses and flavoring systems here. And the supplements still come through. And at the end of the day, the majority of energy drink consumers and who we want to target, that would not work. And, honestly, that I get that feedback a lot from the Ghost. A lot of people, Ghost is a great company. I'll just put that out there before I say anything else, because I have a lot of respect for them and they've done amazing things in really everything they've touched. But I have seen a lot of people are almost afraid to say anything bad about their energy drink, right? Because they don't want, it's a little bit taboo. But I have seen a lot of, including feedback from some of our own guys at our stores who bought some from our distributor to try. And I tried it too. Made a comments of it's very supplement, like you can taste the supplements, you can smell the supplements, and it wasn't just a great experience. Now, I'm sure they're going to kill it, they're going to crush it, and they're going to continue to get better. So that's not a knock on them. I'm just making that observation that is a feedback that I've actually been seeing on the internet quite a bit. So we actually, in our response, this isn't a response to that at all. Even before that, we made a decision that we're going to stick with where we feel we are the best, and that's being the best tasting energy drink on the market. So our focus is going on to the slight rebrand, still heavily patriotic. The new cans are awesome. I would say that they're a little bit cleaner, but they're incredible. And focusing on bringing out new flavors of basically a whole new relaunch coming in the spring of 2021. So that's the story of MERICA Energy.
Let's take a break. Dude, I think you just nailed that timing, Doug.
So we'll definitely, have a bomb pop, but we're working on 4 to 5 other flavors as well. I think Victory was so classic, so unique for the energy drink space. We've had great feedback on Victory. So I think having the bomb pop and the cream soda as part of the relaunch is definitely there. I would say that there'll probably most likely be 4 other flavors with the relaunch. I think we'd probably relaunch with 6. Everything else, and even the bomb pop and the Victory will be slightly different. That's a lot of tidbits right there.
That's a lot of juice.
That's a lot of juice.
I'm excited for them to see the imaging.
Yeah. You like that, Carl?
That was beautiful. It really is.
Carl, I got some
Lay it on
Nutrition Corner stuff.
Lay it on me.
And not brand stuff. So this is an interesting one. What brand sold at the Nutrition Corners is your favorite, not including Core, MERICA, or Arms Race?
That's a good question. This is going to be. I'm really interested to hear this.
This one's I guess. I mean, I take a lot of the health stack stuff. So I mean, people don't really, hey bro, what kind of probiotic do you take? But it's I'm huge on those aspects. I don't take pre-workouts. I'm not a fan of those. I like pump products. So it's I don't take other people's proteins. I don't trust their sourcing. There's not a whole lot of brands that I'll take. I don't use anybody else's core or BCAAs because bottom line just don't taste good.
If you had to answer, what is it?
But you know
I have an idea.
I mean, I'm trying to look at.
I'm thinking
like,
maybe
what's
the
in my
Revive.
the new
Revive brand.
my
You're starting to
cabinet.
take
I mean, because they're probably along the lines of like sports supplements, like
No, any supplement. So I would think Revive because you like taking all those pills.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, shit, it could be New Chapter. It could be Garden. I don't even know if we're carrying those anymore.
Yeah,
But like,
I mean, so it's like, Vital Floral for my probiotic. You know, Solgar, the minerals and vitamins, the extra ones that I take.
That's a real tough one. I mean, I don't take anything.
I mean,
my cabinet is literally core American arms race.
You know, I tell other individuals. I mean, I love doing when we have these conversations when I have these conversations with clients, and I get past the, I represent an entire store, and we really get into like, what do you take? Because again, when someone comes into the store, I'm looking for a protein. My first question is, when are you going to take the protein? I want to find out the time of day you're actually taking the protein. I hear it all the time. People come in, they want to weigh protein for after the workout, and I don't care if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight. You need more than just protein. So then I give them the options. And then, we start talking about the options that are in the store. It's like, okay, I have X, Y, and Z for you. Well, what do you take? Well, here's why I take. It's because I'm a part of this brand. I created it. I understand the manufacturing that goes in, the warehousing that goes in. So it's hard for me to take another brand because I just don't have the need to take another brand outside of a protein. I mean, there's good brands that are in our stores, but
what about you? Do you have anything else in your shelf?
I'm trying to think, like, what else do I have in my cabinet? I mean, there's Pure Essence, there's Solgar, there's Vital Floral, but on the sports side of things,
nada.
So let's get into the next question then, because this is something that I used to love taking other people's brands and like being in the stores. And one of the I think most fun parts was like, all right, what's the next stack?
Yeah.
Because it would be like we're always building natural anabolic stacks.
Yeah.
Always trying different things out. I'm actually in the need of a new stack. So what is Carl's or the Cuck's favorite supplement stack for strength gains? So what is
the Cuck stack?
The Cuck stack.
The Cuck
stack.
What's in the Cuck stack?
So the Cuck stack was the Big Papa. And I'm not a science guy. I mean, I definitely love to read about these things, and that was the big part of why I gravitated towards Doug. Was this the pure love of natural supplementation to achieve the results that we were looking for. And so I've taken, USP Labs, iForce Nutrition. They had
Test Force.
Test Force, yeah.
That was
eFarm.
It was
eFarm.
Yeah,
And
Ergo
for,
Farm.
But yeah, there's a lot of them. But eventually, we started coming up with all the things that, hey, what do you want to take next? What do you want to put in your body? So right now, we have not clarity, but stabilized through Arms Race. Doug suggested taking out the Core Hard and putting that in, and because the Asha Wakanda Forever, and so and
what is it? This.
You got to grunt though too, right? And Amy hates me on that one because
TMI.
The maca, you once you learn, because I didn't even understand that aspect about the maca, and then that was like, oh, this is amazing,
Epitomax.
And so basically, the Core Alpha, Core, the 5AT, the Core Test, Stabilize, and then I want to maximize all the protein I'm putting into my body, so I need something that will help with that, increasing protein synthesis. So phosphatic acid, HPN, PA7, that's a good product. But obviously Corbolic has laxagenin. Love that product with PKX.
So the next question is thoughts on, there's two that.
So I love phosphatic acid. I think it's great. And we're actually coming out with a Full Metal Jacket for MERICA Labs has phosphatic acid. And one other ingredient, which we also love, stacked together. So there's only 2 ingredients in it. We've already dropped that stack. Shane already has put up an article on it. So it's not like we're dropping.
Rest of the core stack, or the Cuck stack, is maximizing carbohydrate. And so,
So the Cuck stack, just to be clear, is Core Alpha, Stabilize, 5AT, Core Test, Corbolic, PA7, and Core Lead. Core Load.
Yeah, no PA7 because I'm getting laxagenin. So
PA7, that's phosphatidic acid.
totally throw that in there, but I don't.
Oh, so Bollock.
You were just saying. So you choose Bollock. Okay.
So again, I'm maximizing.
Which, by the way,
testosterone.
phosphatidic acid and laxagenin is a great stack. So
what's my next stack?
I'll get you. I don't want to give all the tidbits on here. I don't want to talk about trend usage either on the podcast.
I don't like injections, bro. So it's orals. I'll take my guts and glory.
Orals, just orals. Okay,
Yeah.
That really limits us. I don't know what we're gonna do there.
Yeah. The big thing I tell people when they're in the store and they're shopping, and I'll go over, what you want to do to increase your strength naturally outside of food, and we'll just assume that they're eating cuck-approved food, which most people don't even do that. So that's another long conversation.
I'm doing the Big Papa, traditional Big Papa with Corbolic right now, and I love it. Like
I'm getting ready to start.
I did Balls Bollock Hard was my last one.
I just freaking love it. I really
do. Without being in prep, I've actually been a little bit more simple with my stacks.
Of course.
Instead of going like 4 or 5, just like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we got an hour 7. Let's. How many questions?
Speed it up.
Yeah, let's go.
When will Nutrition Corner shirts be available on the website?
There are some, right? But they're more central branded T-shirts. None of the store-specific ones.
Correct. The inventory aspect of trying to keep the website fresh, because we're not a clothing company, and tying up cash into clothing, not a great idea.
Because we ship out of one location, the Newport News location. That means we would have to have all the stores clothing sitting at Newport News in case somebody wants to buy them on our website. It's just
in 2021, I would like to do what we're doing through the brands, and that is creating Nutrition Corner shirts to go along with web deals. And, and then I think we can.
But universal shirts, not
store
specific.
To universal clothing, and then that way we can have those on the website. If anyone is looking for Nutrition Corner clothing, it's not as extensive as what we're going to have through the brand side, but feel free to reach out to info@thenutritioncorners.com, and we can definitely let you know what we have, and get sizing and get you the product whether you live local or not.
The northern stores did the baseball tees. I don't know if did that on the southern stores or not.
Yeah, I love those.
I love
southern
the
stores. Definitely the hoodies.
Do better.
They do better down south than the baseball tees.
All right, we're going to end it with last question.
Oh, wow.
What is one thing on each of your bucket lists in life? It's a tough one.
I don't have a specific
one either.
I just have Frady Shady Acres. So
Well, I mean, that's
Cuck wants a compound with goats. That's the bottom line. That's what you want.
yeah.
okay. Maybe we should rephrase it. What is the next personal goal?
Well, ours is to find a house on the lake, which we're in the process of, which is daunting. But that, I don't know. I don't really have a goal like that.
I mean, so for career goal, the career goal is to expand to another state with the Nutrition Corner, which
is going to happen.
It's happening.
It's going to happen. North Carolina, watch out, we're coming.
And overall, we've done that before, and it was a great lesson, a very expensive lesson, humiliating, and
he's talking about Bethesda Nutrition Corner.
So when I say go to another state, it's like it's not just to go to North Carolina, but it's to be successful there.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a goal, is to be successful there.
LNNC.
The gym side of things, we've always done what we have done because we're disappointed with how the industry is doing it, and I think that's amazing. And I think we're going to crush the gym scene. I'm disappointed with the fitness industry. Even back when I was working for Gold's Gym in One Life, it was stated that the fitness industry isn't doing their job. America is overweight. They're unhealthy. They don't focus on what it takes to live a healthy lifestyle. The fitness industry is failing the American population, and I can't change the world. Maybe I can or whatever. It's not really the focus, but at least I can affect my community that I live in. And if I'm going to do that through health and fitness, then opening up a gym and providing an atmosphere where people can come and train and focus on what I believe to be the fountain of youth and the source of health is bodybuilding. I don't want people to get on stage. Competing is not for
Not
everybody,
bodybuilding is
but it's
the general public might think of bodybuilding, but
correct, right? I don't think there's way too many think they can compete, and way too many are competing. That's a whole other story as well. But people should be, in my opinion, training intensely with free weights and machines. So to provide one gym at a time, and then as we see people like what we do and who we represent, and we'll pick up more people and we'll expand. So on the personal side, Amy and I, we want to go back to Paris and Italy. And
Very nice.
So
I love when
that.
Cuck was so just sophisticated when he came back. He came back with like tight pants and like pink or blue shoes and just
They were my Elvis.
He even had a sport coat he got.
a sport coat, man. He was just so sophisticated, and the more he's just been in the U.S., it's just it's just wasting away. We got to get a refresh
kind of funny,
of the
like when we
sophistication.
got a tour of Carl's house that he just got. Doug was like, "Man, I feel like I'm in Paris." I'm like,
It's like Carl
and it was not like a French house whatsoever.
I was like, this is so fancy. This is because Carl went to Europe and he bought skinny jeans and he came back just classy and sophisticated.
I remember there's no way I was wearing skinny jeans. And I remember being in the changing room and I put these jeans on that Amy wanted me to do. We were at Doppelganger in Italy, in Rome, and that's the name of the store. It's Doppelganger. If you're ever in Rome, check it out.
Gobble or Doppel?
Doppel.
Doppelganger.
And so she's like, Carl, go and try these on. And I'm like, whatever, so just, I love you. And so I go into the change room. I put these jeans on, and they are, tight jeans. They're spandex
stretchy, right?
jeans. Yeah, right. And I'm like,
Just imagine it, folks.
I'm putting them on, and I'm like hating
Talk a little
myself
deeper.
because I'm loving how I feel.
And I love how, and I love even loving how I look.
Come out of there, and I'm like,
Get in the character.
And Amy's over there. She likes what she sees.
Oh,
you know,
you
and,
like what I'm
I like
packing?
how I'm feeling. And I was like, I can't believe I like this. It's next thing I know, I got this.
$1,000 later.
Oh my Lord, we was shopping spree. It was great. I got me some European Aldo boots, and I got that sports jacket. I got a couple pair of the tight jeans. I got this really nice pea coat. And, yeah,
So European.
did it up. So yeah, going back.
Did you have any questions on your shtick?
Yeah, I had a few. We kind of went. There were a lot of Carl questions.
Did we already? Did the people have enough Carl?
They want more Carl. Never enough.
More Carl? I can't wait to see Carl naked.
I was trying to
with this on.
position.
What? Front to back? Like, pull this up over your head?
Best way to drink Zone. If you had to pick one protein to use daily out of all the brands, which would it be? Like things like that. Things like
We've already covered?
yeah.
All right.
Core zone to the
Is that
dome.
it, Carl? You have any final thoughts? Meat, you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'd love to propose a challenge to other men and women that are experienced in what life has to offer. So I'm 43 years old. I've been divorced. I've bankrupt. My son is 20 years old.
Arrested?
I've been arrested. My son is.
Yeah,
not.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's add that to the list.
I've been what I feel a part of a great company. Been around disciplined men and women. I have experiences to offer to individuals that can help them in their journey. It's not to create more cucks out there, but it's to help people.
There's only ever one cuck.
That's
anyways.
right. But I want to be there to give them, some of that mentorship. And I don't think we have enough people stepping to the plate to mentor the young. And there's too many candy asses out there, and that's not helpful for any of us. The more disciplined, stronger.
So how do they
healthier-
get some cuckism?
It's not just from me. It's from other men and women that have these
So you're saying
experiences.
your
So I'm
challenge,
thinking
your
we need to come up with like a new training course.
cuck course of Hard Knocks. And just to be clear here, cuck. So you guys know we didn't mention this. We've mentioned it before. Cuck, C-U-C.
Oh, yeah, you
stands for Creepy Uncle Carl, because he likes to play with little kids' toes and not in a pedophile sort of way. Like
It was pretty funny last week.
Carl loves little kids. And again, it's terrible, I have to say, and not in a pedophile way.
And it's sad.
It is super sad. But yeah, Carl loves kids. And
But it's okay. They normalize pedophilia.
he's Uncle
so-
Carl to my kids. And he's creepy. So he's creepy Uncle Carl. So that's where the cuck comes from. It has nothing to do with cuckolding or anything like that.
So if you just see me randomly apply or respond to a post of your kids and their feet are showing, and I just randomly respond, toes. Now you know what it's for,
Yeah.
I like your boots.
That's a great one.
Nothing creepy.
Nothing to see here.
All right, meat.
Well, I like that challenge, Carl. Yeah. We need more
So
men.
it was a challenge to others to step up to be mentors to the candy asses.
Yeah, it's
Or
don't
just-
don't feel like you
Or is
have
it
even-
Or is it to step up to ask for help from others? Which one was it?
No, to step up and be there for other people. Don't think that you can't be a difference in just one person's life. It's not about changing the world. It's about changing your community. You never know what your one kind gesture can do for someone's life 20 years from now. And you don't have that perspective if you're 25 because you haven't been alive. I've trained for 27 years, and the advice that I can give to somebody who's 16 years old can affect them forever because of what I've learned in my 27 years. And so it's the same side of money. People don't know how to take care of money. People don't know how to be in a relationship the right way. And there's not enough people out there that have had success and they're sharing that.
Well, that was one of the conversations that we always have with the guys, right? Like, and why it's probably the biggest, in my opinion, the biggest perk of running a store of ours is the ability to change people's lives, like literally change their lives through health and fitness, right? And I've talked about this before on this podcast, that there was a period of time where I was this is more when I was getting into my own faith, and I was kind of struggling with like my role here on this world is to get people jacked and big biceps, and very like the vanity of it was kind of like in my mind. But it really helped to think about all the lives that you can change, because just because health and fitness comes easy to us doesn't mean it's easy to somebody else. Yeah. And it's actually probably to many millions of people, it's one of the hardest things in their life. And so if we can help change their life to make it easier, to make it better, to make it longer, that's huge. And so like that helped me reconcile a lot of kind of what we do.
Yeah. You know, when I meet every employee in our company, it's my goal to obviously meet everybody. It's going to get more and more difficult the more we expand. But I tell every single one of them, it's like, you know, what we're doing isn't rocket science. All the brands that are in our stores can be bought anywhere, online or at another store. Our systems that we use are not something that, you know, are proprietary. So the focus is all about the service. We offer the very best brands the industry has to offer at the very best prices so that we can focus on serving. And if you have a question about nutrition, training, supplementation, I don't want you to Google that. I don't want you to ask the person at the gym that looks like they're in shape. I want you to come to the stores and talk to our team so that we can help you out. And if we can do that one person at a time in our community, and other people that want to change lives and they have a passion for nutrition, training, and supplementation, then they can be a part of what we're doing, and we can expand that way. So,
Word. I think that's a good way to end it.
I think so too.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep crushing it.